News and talk, but we're live. We're going out over the internet, so don't swear.
Oh, we go from the sublime, we said, to the ridiculous.
I already got orders from my kids. Make sure you talk loud.
2-minute warning. 2-minute warning.
Just make sure the mic is on his hands. Perfect.
Like a football game.
You will hear me, I promise you that.
2 down, 1 to go.
That I've got a heavy voice. Yeah, I tried turning it around a little bit. Oh, yeah. Okay, tell me when.
What are you reading?
I hear the microphone is on. You hear me?
This is what I have to do. So they have to get to go. Oh, that's nice that they do that.
Whenever you want to start.
Good evening and Shabbat Shalom to everybody.
Shabbat.
Please turn to page 7. Where has this week vanished? It is lost forever. Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished. Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat abide. Please turn to page 10. And we sing together, Hine matov u'manoyim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manoyim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manoyim, shevet achim gam yachad. Please turn to page 2 for the lighting of the Shabbat candles, and it is a pleasure to call my lovely wife Dolores to light the candles.
Thank you.
You need help, Dolores?
As the Shabbos candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Here, I'll come around.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'hadliknel shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Okay, done.
Please turn to
Wait,
page
Dolores.
12.
Dolores.
We read together in the bottom last paragraph. Come, let us sing joyously to Adonai. Raise a shout for our rock and deliverer. Let us come into God's presence with praise. Let us raise a shout for God in song. For Adonai is a great God, a great ruler of all things. And we turn to page 14. Sing to Adonai a new song. Sing to Adonai all the earth. Sing to Adonai, bless God's name. Proclaim God's victory day after day. Tell of God's glory among the nations, God's wondrous deeds among all peoples. For Adonai is great and much acclaimed. God is held in awe by all divine beings. All the gods of the peoples are mere idols. Adonai made the heavens. Glory and majesty are before God. Strength and splendor are in God's temple. Together we read, let the heavens rejoice and the earth exult. Let the sea and all within it thunder. The fields and everything in them exult. Then shall all the trees of the forest shout for joy at the presence of Adonai. For God is coming. For God is coming to rule the earth. God will rule the world justly and its people in faithfulness. Please turn to page 24. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharetz, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Abraham and God of Isaac, and the land on which you are lying, I will give to you and to your descendants. And your descendants shall be like the dust of the earth, and you shall spread out to the west and to the east, and to the north and to the south. Through you and your descendants, all the families of the earth shall find blessing. And here I am with you. I will watch over you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this soil. I will not let go of you as long as I have yet to do and what I have promised you. Waking from his sleep, Jacob said, Surely Adonai is in this place. I did not know of it. He was awkward and said, How awe-inspiring is this place. There is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. Please turn to page 26. Yiskada, Yiskada, Shemei, Rabba, Yom Adivrach, Yerutei, Yamlich, Malchutei, Bechaye, Chol Yom, Meichon, Uchaye, Bechol Beis Yisrael, Bagala, Uvizman Karev, Vimeru, Amen, Yehesh Meirah, Together on page 27, we read in the middle, Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripe fruit so fair, on freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you do the days. Lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways. Okay. Please stand for the Oracle. Together we read in the middle of page 29. O God, you are as near as every air we breathe, yet farther than the farthest star. We yearn to reach you, we seek the light and warmth of your presence.
When we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desire be so strong that it was tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elahei Avosenu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, asher bivoro mariv aravim v'chochma b'sech shorim v'yisvenu mishana etim v'machalif et hazmanim kochav. Zmanim sader et hakochavim b'mishmerotea orakia kirtzonu. Borayam v'layla goel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or ma'avir yom mevi layla avdil ben yom vein layla Adonai tzava'o shemo. Hail chai v'kayam tamid yimloch v'yolam vo'ed Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. And together on page 32, we read, Everlasting love, you offer together we read on the next page the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuso, Le'olam Va'ed. Together we read, Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. Please be seated. Asher Anochi Metzav Hayom Al Levecha V'shinantam Levanecha V'dibarta Bam V'shivtecha V'veitecha V'valetecha Avaderech V'shapacha V'kumecha V'shartam Leos Agadecha V'hayu Totafos V'hinecha V'saftam Al Mezuzot V'etzecha V'sharecha L'man Tiskuru V'asisen Eskom V'soi Yisem Kedoshim Le'lechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Otzeisi Eschem Me'eretz Mitzrayim, Lios Lochem Le'Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem. And together we read in the middle of the page, You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you are up. Bind them as a sign on your hand. Let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Adonai Elohechem Emes. On page 39, we read together. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered. At Sinai, we found ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Through our failings are many, and our faults are great. It is in our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for a day when the nations shall be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Page 40. Mi chamocha bo'elim Adonai, mi chamocha neder hakodesh. No tehilos, o sefelem, no tehilos, o sefelem. Malchutecha, ro'uvanecha, bokeh Then we turn to page 48. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu Moteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor, Yamaram, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim, Tovim, V'Konei Avot, V'Zover Chasnei Avot, Umevigo Lalifnei Bneihem, L'man Shemo Yahvar, Melech Rozer Moshiach U'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, Yeshua Sarah. The rest of that is silent prayer until we get to page 60. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace. Give us the will to proclaim this message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praise are you, eternal one, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, Amvorech es Amo Yisrael Hashalom. Please turn to page 62. And we sing together. Oseh Shalom V'Romav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru, V'imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Now we go to 253 for the Mishaberach. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. And we, well, I don't have any names.
You don't have a list.
Anybody?
You don't have a list.
Anybody out here whose names they'd like to mention?
Johnny Brown, Barbara Raven from Las Vegas, and all
Alex Cantor,
Okay.
Brett Rothschild.
Okay.
You know.
commentaries that are on the computer, and I found one that kind of struck me personally. So I said, maybe I'll do that one. Each week, this woman says, I announce to my kids, this is my favorite portion. They laughed, they rolled their eyes, and they said, Mama, you say that all the time. I'm also known to shout, this is my absolute favorite holiday. Again, they laughed. Each week or each month or each season, I really do feel that the Torah portion or that holiday or that season cycle is my absolute favorite. This week, however, is the only week of the year when I get to announce with all honesty, hey kids, this is my least favorite Torah portion. It's the worst, which will get them asking, is it the Passover Seder maybe? What is so horrible about it? Well, for starters, our Torah portion, titled Balak, features the king of Moab trying to convince a prophet named Balaam to curse and ultimately destroy the Israelite nation. We dig deeper and the portions don't pass the Bechtel test. Not even close. Every character refuses to take no for an answer. A donkey is beaten with a stick. Bribes are offered. Women are called terrible names. If that isn't enough, people are hanged in the heat of the sun. 24,000 people were slaughtered by plague in the final verses. Not exactly a winner for a Torah portion. So how should we read this text? How do we tell it to our children? Or sit with it in the synagogue or in our homes or on our way? What do we glean when the foundation material is, well, kind of rotten? Like most difficult texts, this is the stuff of lessons learned, of solid takeaways, of reminders that our Torah sometimes tells us what to do, but also the Torah tells us what not to do. Torah is a guide. In all circumstances, even where rulers never listen to one another, the two women never have meaningful conversation about anything important. Our ancient rabbis were also incensed. They didn't find the protagonist in our Torah portion any more favorable than I do. So I loathe it. So loath is Balaam, the prophet that is encouraged by the king to curse and destroy the Israelite nations. That Talmud. Rewind the clock, plunks him down into Pharaoh's court in Egypt as one of his advisors. We are pointed back to one of the worst moments in our collective narrative, the killing of our own baby boys as decreed by Pharaoh. Balaam, according to the rabbis, is also the one who advised Pharaoh to do to midwives and to kill the baby boys on the birthing stool. Is there anything worse? Of all the places to relocate Balaam, our rabbis make him the force behind our potential demise as a people. The ancient rabbis knew too well the power of evil decrees, of speech that leads to dehumanization of entire populations. They do what they can to keep Balaam from speaking. In another rabbinical text, they placed a big metal hook inside Balaam's mouth, so that each time he tried to utter a curse, his mouth was hooked close. His speech was a speech of murder. So where do we go with all of this? Balaam did, in the end, bestow many kind words and blessings upon the Israelites. He did, in the end, refuse the king of Moab's insistence that all Israelites be cursed. Does he deserve any credit at all? Not really. It wasn't genuine, all these blessings. They weren't his. It came from God. Balaam was just a vehicle. The vocal cords, the mouth that formed the words so the world could be heard. What do we tell our children? To visualize a hook inside their own mouths? To make sure that unless the words create life and blessing and truth, that our mouths remain closed, that when we speak, we have the power to erase an entire population, to dehumanize and murder. Yes, we should say all of these things. While we are at it, let's ask our creative children what the hook looks like. How big is it? In fact, here's a crayon and some paper. The rabbinical hook is one of the best gifts we can give our kids and ourselves. The remainder of that is with our words and our decrees. Words are created and worlds are destroyed. Then we go to the Kiddush on page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei b'riah kafim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvosav ratzah banu, v'shabbos kadsho b'ahava ratzah hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh bereshis, ki hu yom tefillah.
Okay.
Uh, 283 for the Elena. And please stand. Aleinu Shabbat Lada Omako, Laseis Gedula Leotzer Bereshis, Shalom Sam Chelkeinu Kohen, V'gor Aleinu Kefal Adonam, V'anachnu Korim, U'mishtachamim U'lodim, Lifnei Melech, Malkei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Together we read, let us now praise the sovereign of the universe and
Proclaim the greatness of the Creator, whose humanity we are charged to declare. Whose realms is our purpose to uphold. Therefore we bow in awe and thanksgiving before the one who is sovereign
over all,
the Holy and the Blessed One.
Okay, next we go to page 285. Please see it. Please be seated. Let the time not be distant, O God, when all shall turn to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye. O may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then shall your realm be established on earth, and the word of your prophets the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss of life and death. As the name of your loved one is called, please rise if you wish, and we will all rise together to recite the Kaddish. We think of you, we think of our loved ones whom death has taken in this past year, and we remember Burl Archmont, John Lewis Spence, Arnold Stern, Greg Osing, Lee Routman, Marilyn Woods Allen, Stanley Oberman, William Wald, Ira Scholes, Sandra Ives, Roz Zimmerman, Sylvia Falk, Ruth Datz, Sophie Pollack, Sarah Myers, Natalie Yaffe, and Dr. Gilbert Cherrick. In years past, we remember Sidney Ackerman, Mary D. Cohen, Jacob Arthur Feller, Marvin Glasser, Rosa Hagen, Dr. Albert Lude, Esther Nerov, Pierre, sorry I can't read it, Papas Hannah Pick, Shirley Robinson, Rose Jacobs Rosenstein, Harold Sampson, Alan Shapiro, Alvin P. Spiro, Harry Sumner, Ernest Young. We remember those who died at this season in years past. We think of those whom we have drawn into our hearts as our own, as we rise to recite the Kaddish on page 294. Yiskadal, Yiskadash, Shmei Rabbah, Yalma, Divrach, Yerutei, Yamlev, Malchutei, V'chayechon, V'yomechon, V'chay, L'chol Beis Yisrael, La'adolah, B'zman Korei, V'yimeru, Amen. Yehi, Shmei Rabbah, Vorach, L'olam, L'yomei Amaya, Yisbarach, V'ishtabach, V'isboar, V'ishromah, V'isnaseh, V'ishador, V'isalev, V'isaloh, Shmei L'kudashah, B'riachu. Le'elam Mikol Rechasa V'shirasa, Dush B'chasa V'nechemasa, Lamiran V'yalma V'imru, Amen. Yehi Shlomo Rabba Mishemaya, V'chayim Oleinu V'yalko Yisrael V'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom V'iramav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, V'yalko Yisrael V'imru, Amen. Please be seated. We go to page, before that I have an announcement to make. We will sing Happy Birthday together to one of our members who will turn 80 on Sunday. His name is Ed Gerson. So let's give him a good round of happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Edward. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy with a good year, Edward. I hope you're listening. Okay. And remember, this coming week is 4th of July. So let's put out our flags and remember 4th of July. Be safe and enjoy.
Harvey, a week from tonight.
Okay, the big one, I was just reminded by our president. A week from tonight, you're not going to have to put up with me, but you'll get the real rabbi here. And this is going to be the big one. So let's all come out, call your friends, and let them know that the rabbi will come and let's
stay-
make it a big 4th of July for us.
And Harvey,
next Friday
and
night.
stay for the Onig.
Okay, Mark just reminded me. And please, stay for the awning. That's going to be a very nice awning, I'm sure. And everybody's invited, and it's going to be downstairs, and we're going to do it upright to welcome the rabbi and welcome everybody back into our congregation. Let's all come back here and make this congregation what it was before, and let's be happy and enjoy it. So, okay. Natalie, do you have something you'd like to say?
No, not at all.
Pardon me?
No, not at all.
You can't top that.